In the Buddhist scriptures, it is recorded that before attaining enlightenment, Medicine Buddha was just like any other sentient being, practicing and wishing to make a vow. He envisioned a very bright and beautiful future for himself. Once, after a long period of preparation and deep contemplation, Medicine Buddha made a series of the most sacred and great vows. These are the 12 great vows of Medicine Buddha. I have summarized these 12 great vows into 4 categories. He is deeply concerned about us humans. He cares greatly about humanity, especially about the real issues in our lives and our survival. The most practical issue he hopes to solve for humanity is achieving physical health and perfection. He wants to help people who have various disabilities, such as being deaf, mute, having a hunchback, being blind, those having congenital intellectual disabilities, or those who are born particularly ugly. He also addressed various diseases and infectious illnesses, like the current pandemic. How do you fight illness? How do you recover from disease? He hoped that after hearing the name of Medicine Buddha, the name of Medicine Buddha Tathagata, all your problems will be resolved. You will no longer have any illness. You'll have a healthy body and complete limbs. And you will be wise and intelligent, even becoming handsome or beautiful. He even considered our appearance. For those who are sick and poor, without family or caretakers, if they worship Medicine Buddha, they may quickly receive support from people around them. We Chinese have a saying, when you're poor, no one cares. When you're rich, even distant relatives come. Isn't it true? If you're very poor, even if you live in the city center, it seems like you have no relatives to help you. If you suddenly become wealthy or gain power, you'll suddenly find many relatives you've never heard of before. Like your second aunt's father's siblings. They all come looking for you, right? They'll tell you that in the past, their grandpa took care of your poor grandpa. Although they didn't do that, rather their grandpa did. Now you should take care of them to repay the kindness. Right? That's how it goes. When you were little, I held you. Oh, you don't remember that, do you? You were 2 days old then. Of course, you wouldn't know that. Is there anyone born into a poor family with few relatives? Later, you grew up and became successful. Your family became wealthy. It seems like you have more relatives and friends now, right?
Yes.
If you are poor and sick and can't afford medical treatment, and if you have no relatives, friends, or even a home, once you show respect to the Medicine Buddha, you'll have a home. For example, if you respect Medicine Buddha and have no home, it's okay. The meditation center is a home for all friends. Our meditation center provides almost all of your basic needs, such as meals, tea, or coffee, a place to chat or even to chant Buddha's name together. You can also practice energy bhagwa here or do some things to serve others. Besides practicing here, you should also help others. Our center represents Buddha's home. Buddha is here to help all. Such a great divine being deserves our respect. You come to your home, our meditation center. You need to do something to feel fulfilled, right? If you have a home and you do nothing for it, you won't be healthy. Only by working can we find ourselves and eventually achieve health and happiness. Therefore, Bodhi Meditation Center is the home for all beings with a connection. Everyone is always welcome to come home to eat and drink. The meditation center is for all who love to practice and respect Medicine Buddha. The first major focus is on the most practical issue of all beings, which is health. The second major issue is rarely addressed by other Buddhas. Medicine Buddha is practical. Having money is more important than being good-looking. If one can't even afford to eat, can this person still look vibrant and healthy? So, if we don't have money to buy food, we can't be healthy. We can't look good either, right? Without money, do you have a home?
No.
You may have a home, but there's nothing in it. Except for the two people inside, there's nothing. I remember that a few years ago, we visited some families on small islands in Malaysia. They had several children, but when we went to their homes, there was nothing. A friend of mine sent me this story from Brazil. In the capital, there's a slum area. He went to a family's house and asked for a drink of water. He actually wanted to see what their home looked like. He found out they had nothing. The couple had 4 kids, but not even a bed. He thought there might be more rooms, but there was only that one. In that room, a toilet was next to the kitchen. They had nothing but some leftover porridge. He asked, "Is this your home?" They said, "Yes." He asked, "What about dinner?" They replied, "We'll see." They eat one meal at a time, never knowing about the next. So, in our world today, there are still many people like this. Meals are always scarce. There's just not enough money for food, let alone to support children's education. Many parents can't even find jobs. So, the issue of poverty affects all of humanity. Economic security is a fundamental basis for a good and healthy life. So, economic issues are something that everyone must address. If you respect, believe in, and praise Medicine Buddha, as Medicine Buddha said, I hope you will become wealthy in the future. Everyone will have clothes to wear, a house to live in, and many good friends. Every day, friends will visit your home. There will be parties to which you're invited. Yes, wealthy people are busy attending banquets. Medicine Buddha said, if you respect him, you will become wealthy in the future. So, everyone, quickly worship Medicine Buddha. This is the second major category, so practical. What about the third category? It spans from ancient times to the present. There are many ways that lead people astray. What behaviors are considered to lead people astray? Drug use, someone mentioned. Yes, drug use. Gambling, fraud, and robbery. Robbery is more ruthless. If you don't give the money, they'll kill you. We have a traditional culture. In Chinese novels, whenever one is poor, they become like the mountain king. Being a mountain king comes with its own sayings. Do you know them? Let me teach you. This road was opened by me. This tree was planted by me. To pass this road, you need to pay a toll. Do you have to pay the toll?
Yes.
If you don't pay, you can't pass. So, I pay every day. I've gotten used to it now. There are various ways to collect the toll. You just need to load money onto a card. When your card passes, poof, your money is gone. Just a poof, and it's gone. That's how it is. A decade ago in Korea, it was the same. They paid by waving their phones. At the highway exit, you'd wave your phone by the window. They had a scanner, they would just scan it. They'll take your money. So fast. In Malaysia, it's dangerous for women to stand by the roadside. This is why I always oppose women carrying branded, beautiful bags. The robbers don't rob people like me, only weaker women, who often carry expensive bags. They easily succeed, right? Unlike highway tolls, when you're standing by the roadside, you get robbed without consent, right? You didn't wave your phone or swipe a card. They just rob you and your bag together. The scariest part is, when they snatch the bag, they pull you down. You may hit the back of your head. Usually, it won't kill you, but it will cripple you. It can cause serious problems. So, women carrying designer bags, please switch bags. Okay? From ancient times to now, many industries have led people astray. Some clearly lead people astray, while others do so subtly. Many mothers come to me, saying, "Master, my son plays games all day, without sleeping or brushing his teeth. He skips school just to play games. He's going astray." Master, how can I correct him? Do you think just playing games all day is going astray? Yes. Kids are losing money while playing games. Not gambling games, but regular ones. Although the game brings you joy, playing it every day for long hours wastes your time. Kids are going on the wrong path. 2 hours would be too much. Playing a little as entertainment to refresh your mind and mood is fine. But don't play too much. Also, avoid games with gambling elements. Even if it's not gambling, limit your time. Why does mom say you're on the wrong path? You'll ruin your studies, career, and health. That's also going down the wrong path. Friends, think, what else is the wrong path? Insulting, slandering, and using harsh words. Doing these things is also going astray. What does this lead to? It leads to harm. Right? I insult you, truly insult and slander you. It causes distress. Many assaults, even murders, start with slander and insults. You scold me, I might be able to tolerate it. You insult my mother, I hit you. You insult my grandmother, I will kill you. That's how the conflict begins. Buddha spoke even deeper, because this is about the spiritual world. For example, if someone goes astray, I must correct them. Earlier, we mentioned murder, arson, robbery, theft, fraud, drug abuse, and so on. These are more obvious. In the spiritual world, everyone has some kinds of distorted views. What are they? They are the 5 poisons of life: greed, anger, ignorance, arrogance, and doubt. Greed, you can't see it. But what does greed lead to? We can't list all the examples. It's greed that drives people to rob, murder, defraud, and kidnap, right? Beating an innocent person, snatching bags on the street, even breaking into homes to steal money. These are all due to greed. So, greed, anger, ignorance, arrogance, and doubt. Anger, right? How does anger arise? You insult me, I get angry. What else fuels my anger? Is it just because you insulted me? Or is there more? Does jealousy make one burn with anger? Does jealousy harm others? Can it lead to killing? Jealousy is one of the 5 poisons. Even many wars between countries stem from jealousy between 2 kings. What happens with jealousy? War. Today, your country has nuclear weapons, right? My country doesn't even have conventional weapons. I'm very angry. I'd rather let everyone starve so I can make atomic bombs. There are 2 families. One family bought an expensive motorcycle, a big one. The kind that's most annoying at night. It sounds like a cannon, right? Wouldn't another family, as their neighbor, be angry? Not because it's loud, but because it's expensive. You think, if I had money, I'd buy a car, a small car. Your neighbor drives an old small car. You don't even have an old car. Wouldn't you be angry? Jealousy turns into anger. Then, let's see arrogance. You may not realize your arrogance, thinking, I have more money than others. I'm better looking and healthier than others. When those who are good looking and knowledgeable are with others, they see everyone else as ordinary. I once visited a professor at his home. He said, Master, you're here. This is the tea I don't serve to ordinary people. I asked, what tea? I've aged this poor tea for 2.5 years just for you. I said, the shortest time I've aged mine is 7.5 years. He exclaimed, yours is better. He said, ordinary people don't know poor tea. I said, Professor, so who are you? Then I guess I can be considered a commoner, he said. At least, that's how he felt. He is falling into arrogance again. He's usually very nice to people. When his neighbor got rich, he stayed the same, wearing clothes from over a decade ago. I'm like this, not envious of others at all. He's knowledgeable, so he's content inside. He doesn't care about common people when they buy cars, houses, and so on. He doesn't care at all. But does he make mistakes? Has he made any mistakes? He made a mistake just now, calling others commoners. Look at us, the uncommon people. We all drink poor tea that's at least 2.5 years old. You're too inferior. Those who sell tea are like immortals. Arrogance is thinking you're knowledgeable. One should be a noble person. So, you see, evil means taking a wrong or crooked path. While it can also be wrong views and wrong perceptions. When one's level is insufficient, one naturally deviates. Buddha said he would help correct us. As long as you respectfully praise and worship Medicine Buddha, you will return from all wrong paths and views to the most correct path of right knowledge and right views. This is very important. This mental state actually truly determines the height of our lives and our happiness. This spiritual realm is more important than physical health. This is the 3rd major gift from the Buddha. The 4th one is actually quite easy to explain. The Buddha has a great wish. He said that no matter what work you are doing, whether you are educated or cultured, no matter how troubled and painful your life is, I hope and am willing to help you. In the future, you can all become enlightened like me. You can all achieve perfect merit and become Buddhas. This is the most noble and touching wish of the Buddha. If only you worship and believe in Medicine Buddha, he'll help and guide you in the future, leading you to achieve true perfect merit and Buddhahood. So, let's speak in more worldly terms. To be more realistic, it is the Buddha's great wish. So, what should we do? How can we better receive the protection, help, and guidance from Medicine Buddha? First, we must believe. You must believe in the words of Medicine Buddha. Otherwise, you won't proceed. Next, you need to study and connect with him, to make offerings to and serve him. If you don't believe, you won't take the next steps. You won't offer to Medicine Buddha if you don't believe in his words. So, you must believe. Only then can you proceed to offering and devotion. Offering means taking action. Secondly, what do we offer? In Southeast Asia, even a small flower, a piece of fruit, or a bowl of rice is an offering. It comes from a sense of reverence in our hearts. For example, we show respect to our parents and elders. When my mother turns 60, I prepare a special meal for her. Isn't that an offering? Yes, it is. When offering to Buddha, we should at least show the same reverence we show to our parents. Yes, if you have faith, you should make offerings, including offering to the statues of the Buddha, images of Medicine Buddha, and the scriptures of Medicine Buddha. If the chance comes, I'll explain more on the benefits of offering to the Buddha statues and scriptures. As long as you worship Buddha statues and the scriptures of the Buddha, within about 1,000 square kilometers around your residence, it will all be auspicious. I said at least your family will be blessed. That's for sure. You will receive protection. So, what about the third one? The third is quite similar to the second. It makes offering and supporting more specific. Previously, we mentioned offering delicious food, fruits, and vegetables. You can also offer your own skills. For example, if I have time, I volunteer at meditation centers. If I have time, I go to the Bhagavad site to help others find relief and happiness. I can help them practice, gain health, and so on. There are many, many ways to offer support. Many people say, if I have money, I use it to build temples. Use money to create Buddha statues, print Buddhist scriptures. Use money to help the poor, relieve suffering. All of these are ways. The key is to have a heart of offering, coupled with the act of offering. This is true offering. With these, faith is formed. Faith comes from absolute belief. Faith, in this context, means reliance. It implies looking up to and depending on. When we face troubles and difficulties, we seek guidance from the Buddha. At the very least, the Buddha blesses us, gives us strength and confidence. Or, our fellow practitioners who are more advanced can receive Medicine Buddha's blessings, inspiration, and guidance. Fourth, because of faith, I believe in the benefits the Buddha brings me. To gain more benefits, we should constantly chant the Buddha's name. Chant Buddha's name whenever possible. Can you chant the Medicine Buddha's mantra?
Yes.
Chant whenever you have time. Keep the mantra in mind. When something happens, whether good or bad, or when something inauspicious is about to occur, first, Medicine Buddha will give us a warning. You will receive an inspiration. Secondly, it can help us avert disasters. For example, in your life, at this age, this year is your zodiac year. Something might happen, let's assume, like a minor traffic accident. If your intention is weak, and if your respect is not enough, due to the respect you do have, the bad thing will still happen. However, the harm will be much reduced. Even if you're not sincere enough, you will receive protection. Usually, a major disaster becomes minor, and a minor disaster becomes negligible. The event happens, but no one gets hurt. If the car is damaged, the insurance can cover your loss, right? But if someone dies, no compensation can make up for it, right? If someone is seriously injured, it's hard to recover. Yes, it will resolve your disaster. Why do you make offerings? Your offering can help you avoid such disasters. You might even doubt a fortune teller's prediction, as the predicted disaster never happens, because Buddha helps you resolve all these disasters. That's roughly the principle. That's how it works. So, always stay connected with Buddha. Chanting Buddha's name itself can eliminate karma and disasters. So, if I have an illness, chanting Buddha's name can heal it gradually. At least, it prevents new sins from occurring. When you frequently chant and connect, Buddha sometimes reminds you. So, many of our fellow practitioners, especially the older ones, regularly chant medicine Buddha's name. Later, they get a bad feeling before their child is traveling. They'd warn the child, be cautious, or pay respect to Buddha in advance. Often, they carry a picture of the Buddha or their master for protection. Then, their children attain protection, having an auspicious life without disasters. The benefits are due to our daily worship of medicine Buddha and chanting. Chanting enhances our spirituality, like communicating with the Buddha daily. The Buddha will warn you when your child faces any disasters. You'll receive the call from the Buddha instantly. So, the fifth point, which brings great merit, is to spread the great merits and benefits of medicine Buddha. For example, spread the Medicine Buddha Sutra, Medicine Sutra. Spread belief in medicine Buddha, and spread the faith in medicine Buddha. It includes explaining to others the 12 great vows of medicine Buddha and the benefits medicine Buddha brings you. When you spread this knowledge, you are practicing the Bodhisattva path and helping others. Thus, the merit is immense. It can help patients recover quickly and make your endeavors blessed and successful. Therefore, spreading Dharma earns the greatest merit among all merits. So, I encourage everyone to spread it more and chant more. Believe in medicine Buddha with a sincere heart. So, after doing all these things, we slowly start to move towards something. Turn bad luck into good luck, illness into health, short life into longevity, and ugliness into beauty.
Received.
Thank you, everyone.
(2024) Medicine Buddha's Birthday Light Offering. Medicine Buddha shines the great light of compassion and wisdom across countless worlds, safeguarding all sentient beings. Sincerely offering lights to Medicine Buddha invites his love and guidance, dispels harm and extends life, transforms misfortune, eliminates worries, and brings health and happiness. Please visit the Bodhi Meditation College website to make the light offering. The light offerings for the living are: Connect with Medicine Buddha, and Medicine Buddha Loves Me Wish-Fulfilling Lights, and Auspicious Longevity Illumination Light. May Medicine Buddha protect our living loved ones, granting them a life of auspiciousness, happiness, and illumination. The light offering for the departed is the eternal residence in the Eastern Pure Land light. Pray for Medicine Buddha to guide the departed loved ones, so they may attain liberation and reside in the Eastern Lapis Lazuli world, peaceful and at ease.
福气、健康、富足、长寿，集合一切美好与祝福，就在10月27日消灾延寿药师佛加持法会，结合现代与传统的盛会，精彩亮点活动不容错过。消灾延寿药师佛护佑你，为你保驾护航，消灾延寿圆满愿望，赐福加持。各路神仙加持师为你赐福与加持，愿你获得富贵、健康和好运气。超过100个吃喝玩乐档口，各种趣味游戏，海量奖品等你来拿。掀翻换境服装走秀比赛，超过30份的幸运大奖，包括8架最新 iPhone 手机、电子产品等你领回家，需符合条规。10月27日 NAEPS 早上9点至下午5点，2024消灾延寿药师佛加持法会等你来。
我与您相遇，小小的红点里，人生就此欢喜。我快乐了，我健康了，我幸福了，我美丽了。在茫茫人海之中，让我与你相遇。小小的红点里，人生变得神奇。我智慧了，我宽容了，我慈悲了，我自在了。因为有了你，生命变得更坚定，不忧忧无虑。因为有了你，日子不再有哭泣，不再